What is going on to anybody out there that is watching right now? This is just going to be a short stream, although I said that last time, and it turned out to be a long stream. What's going on, Robert? Good to see you, brother. Thank you for joining me. Yeah. So this was like a kind of a last minute thing I decided to do. I'm going to do a quick head sketch of Reaper Destroyer. And if anybody didn't know, the Ashcan campaign that I've got going on, I kind of talked about it a little bit, but I didn't make it well known because I didn't want to end up doing 130 or 100 some odd head sketches. But if anybody wanted a head sketch along with their order, all they had to do was ask, and it was like an extra $10, and I would throw it on there. So I've got I think 4 or 5 I need to do. What's going on, Noah? Good to see you. Sean C, what's going on, brother? Thank you for joining me tonight. Yeah, so hopefully this will be just kind of a quick. Man, it's cold down here. Oh, does anybody else have this issue? I don't know where everybody lives, but I live in Michigan right now. It's kind of like cold, but not too cold. So I got like the heat on, but I don't want the heat on too much. And in the basement, you get down here, it's a lot colder down here than it is upstairs. So, which is not the best for drawing. I'll say that. What's going on, American Comics Co? Good to see you. Got Crazy Mad in the house. Hail, Devil Flyer, Rex Christian, Momentum. Hail, how's it going? Good to see you all. Good to see you all. So what's everybody doing tonight? How's everybody feeling? I was gonna talk a little bit about the Kyle Rittenhouse. I always want to say Kyle Ritter because I see that going around now. And that ever since I've seen that going around, I can't get that out of my head. So yeah, the Rittenhouse case. I was gonna have some thoughts on. Wonder what everyone's thinking out there. How do I DM you for the ash can? I'm a boomer. Well, that's okay. I got you. I got you. You can do a few things. You can go to Twitter or Facebook or Instagram, and you can just look me up there, Joe Sontag or Joe M. Sontag, and just DM me in the chat or in my messages, or you could go directly to my email. What's going on, Jeremy? Good to see you. Good to see you. I'll drop that in here. Here's my email. Oops, that's not right. Go right to my email and contact me there, and I will tell you what to do from that point. So, nope, that is not right. I'm about to give you the wrong email. That would have been embarrassing. Okay, let's see. Joe M. Sontag at gmail.com. There we go. Should be in there pretty soon. So, yeah, a couple different ways. So, yeah, there you go. Spelled it right. So, yeah, we've got the closeout stream tomorrow night on Ott and Stuff, which features also the return of my co-host, Sean, who will be coming back from what he's been dealing with. So that'll be fun to see him and talk to him a little bit. But yeah, I did a count last night, and I'm sitting at 133 ash cans reserved. So thank you so much for that. It's amazing. I gotta say, I did not expect that. Definitely feeling the love from everybody out there. So appreciate it. Thank you very much. So yeah, so I sold a couple head sketches with the ash can. I figured I was gonna do videos of them, and just like last time, I was like, might as well just do it live. That way I don't have to edit a video or anything like that. I can just get done doing it, put it in there, she's done. Although the only thing about that sucks, I need to get a setup so I can actually draw from my table. Because this I'm trying to draw from the desk, and it's not the greatest. It's kind of cramped in here. The lighting's not awesome. Not that I'd like it to be, or what I'd like it to be. And I don't know about any of you other artists out there. Maybe you have the same issue I have, but if I'm not like, if I'm drawing on a flat surface like this, as opposed to, let's say I just like this, I lose perspective. Now I could draw like this. I could definitely do this, but then I got to hold the entire board with one hand. But there's like a part of me that like loses a perspective, and I tend to draw long, so things look distorted. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. No, do you got that problem? Speaking of Kyle Art, T Bear just got done. Oh, nice. Oh, nice. 143. That's strong. 33. 133. But still, yes. Yeah. Again, like I said, completely shocked, surprised, um, humbled, like I said. Like I don't know any other words to really state it. I was on the Pontificators the other day, which I try to drop in there whenever I get a chance. Uh, and I was on Mandy's show, Mandy Summer's show too, as well. And it was just one of those things. Like I'm not used to people. I've always had people like the art, like post it or something. And everyone's like, "Oh, that's really cool." But to have actually people like it and want to purchase it, that's a new experience for me. So it's cool. It's humbling. I'm able to draw at a flat angle without distortion, but when I do my head, when I do my head right over the paper, or when I have my head right over the paper, I draw at a slight angle. Yeah, it sucks because I got the camera right here, so it's hard for me to get right over everything. Again, the setup is not the greatest, but it's not for professional drawing. It's just for sketching and stuff. So I guess I can get away with it. I wish I was just better at drawing from any angle. Maybe I've handicapped myself over the years. Get used to doing certain things, and then it's kind of hard to break away, get in like a routine of stuff. I know I was talking to, maybe it was Malin. Was talking about, no. It was, oh, who was that? What's going on, Jasper? Good to see you. What is up? GJ Martinez. Good to see you and hear you tonight. One of my favorite things to see drawing live. Well, hopefully it will be a little entertaining. I'm trying to get better at like talking and drawing at the same time. It's not my strong suit. I've often struggled doing that in the past, and I'll either forget to talk or I'll forget to draw. So it's something I'm working on. Something I'm working on. But anyway, I was talking to it was fuck, what is his name? That's gonna really bug me now. Kincaid, Ryan Kincaid. And he was talking about just being able to draw anywhere and everywhere. Uh yeah. And that was I get it. I get it. And I've listened to like Rob Liefeld talk before, and he's talked about he does a lot of his drawing from his board on his lap, and he does a lot of stuff when he's on vacation, and just anywhere in any place. So it's something I want to get better at, and not just be like I have to be at my table for it to turn out right. Oh, the fuck is my eraser? Oh, crap. That's one thing I say. God made erasers, everyone. Use them. Don't be afraid to. When I was younger, I thought it was kind of a crutch to use an eraser. Like I was doing something wrong because I had to erase something. I was worried there was like a shot to the manhood, right? And one day when I was watching a Twitch stream of Jim Lee's, he's pulling out that eraser all the time. And it clicked in my head at that point. If you have to use the eraser, do it. There's nothing wrong with it. Oh, try not to draw behind the wheel on the road like Liefeld, though. Yeah, well, usually he's got somebody driving him, I think. So hopefully that's all right. It's entertaining, sir. No worries on that. Have my cup of coffee with me. Oh, man, coffee sounds good. I have no coffee. I got popped tonight. No coffee, though. I remember one night I had to go out and I took my page. It was drawing and inking in the car. Yeah, see, there you go, man. Shane has that electric vibrator eraser. Yeah, dude. It's awesome. Uh, as far as vibrators go. No, I saw an artist use it one like a few years back. And what I really liked about it that he was doing, he kind of used it for a little bit more effects than anything. Like say have a really heavily shaded area. He'd go back in with the uh vibrator and like just kind of carve out shapes and stuff. And I was like, that's kind of a really cool concept. Um I use it when I need to. Uh, it's not a necessity, but it definitely comes in handy. That's for sure. So anyway, I got an outline here because this is, like I said, for the Ashcan campaign. I need to fit this into a bag and board, so I had to make it a size that would fit into the actual bag and board. So something new. I haven't decided. I might throw limited color on this. I'm not sure. You guys hear about the Cyberfrog 30th anniversary hardcover? I just can't believe it. Cyberfrog or Cyberforce? Because I did hear about the Cyberforce one that just came out with Sylvester's new cover, which looks sweet, I gotta say. I heard depending on the paper, the electric racer can tear it up a bit. Yeah, I would say use it on the bristle board. 200 series, 300 series, anything with thicker paper, and it handles it just fine. If you're going any lighter than like Strathmore, I would say don't do it. Don't do it. Sorry for yawning, everybody. It's been a long week. Been streaming a lot. And I guess this is what it feels like to promote. You know, trying to get out there and stream, chill a little bit, staying up a little bit later than I usually do. Been fun though. I've enjoyed it. And what's funny about the designs here I have on the eye, I draw them different almost all the time. They're basically the same shape. It just kind of comes out. It's got like that grifter. If anybody remembers the grifter character from Wildcats, is basically where I got the inspiration from when I was originally designing the eye. A lot of people think Spawn, but actually, if you just took this line away, it's Grifter's. No, I'm sorry. Let me get down here. If you took this line away, it's basically Grifter's eye design. I just thought it was just something incredibly cool back in the day. It's like, how can I incorporate that? How can I rip it off? You know, 'cause that's what life's really about. Let's just rip it off, rip things off. Nothing's original, you know? Shit. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I knew what you're talking about, man. Yeah, I do that sometimes too. Actually, when I try to do Cyber Frog, it changes it to Cyber Force. Is hardcover oversized or standard? For the Cyber Force, I think it's just like the Darkness and like Witchblade, where they're standard graphic novel size, just hardcover. Well done, well done. I like them. I've enjoyed them. I'm glad that they're putting them out because it's pretty much the only thing that's good coming out of Top Cow these days. Because My boy is semi-retired, so he's not doing a lot, and the people in charge, you know, are not really handling things very well, in my opinion. I would say. Let's see, here's some heavy shadow in here. Here's shadow in here. Stick out. Yeah, but if you have backed the other 3 campaigns that they've got out, you can sleep when you're dead. That's what they say. That's what they say. Uh Standard, unfortunately, with the other Top Cow collections are not oversized. Yeah, I mean, oversized is nice, but one, it's hard to store them, and I only like oversized if it's going to be black and white, personally, or pencils. Yeah, but Cyberforce, HC and I added Sylvester's Kickstarter exclusive variant cover as an add-on. I just love Sylvester's art. That's the only reason I back it. Any of these I back just because I want to get the exclusive new cover that Sylvester's doing. Oh, Sylvester's Batman comes out. Oh man, me too, Noah. The work in progress he posted are a big inspiration as far as rendering style in my new book. Yeah, the newer style that he draws in is I really love where he's gone with his style. He's added a lot. He's pulled away from kind of that 90s aesthetic a little bit over the years. Oh, well, shit, over the last 20 years. And he's really kind of leaned into doing his own thing. You know, because he'll even say it in the 90s, he was trying to do what was popular, and everybody loved Jim Lee. Everybody wanted to be Jim Lee. So he was drawing a little bit more Jim Lee like with his books, and it just, it got the job done. But he looks back on the 90s stuff and they're not his favorite work because it's not really it's not really him, like so the stuff that he's been doing over the last, I don't know, 10 years, I would say, has been just really cool. He's leaned a lot into more of the line work, a little bit more sketchy with everything, and it looks great. If you go right from his inks. Now, don't get me wrong, I loved it when he was working with like Bat and Weems and all them, but when you just go from his lines to colors with Brian Valenza doing the colors, has a really cool, unique look. And by the way, Brian Valenza is the colorist on this book as well. So there's a reason why this has a very Top Cow feel. That's where my inspirations come. And I just happened to go reach out to guys that I really wanted to work with. And fortunately enough, they were willing to work with me. So basically, I'm just trying to throw in some basic shapes. I kind of have an idea what I'm doing here, but a lot of times I'll just kind of work it out in my head as I throw lines. A lot of these lines probably won't even make it in. It'll be a heavily shadowed thing, a lot of blacks once I get inking here. But it's just my mind, especially with talk. Like I said, I'm trying to get better at talking and drawing, but it's a process. Hop on that Cyberforce campaign today. There's an early bird discount. Yeah, the only thing I didn't like about that early bird discount is I don't think it had the Sylvester cover, did it? Because I didn't see it listed. So I actually went to the one that had the Sylvester cover and then added on the t-shirt. Oversized can be wonky, but man, Sylvester's art that huge would be incredible. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I got the t-shirt as well. I got the Darkness t-shirt. I got both Darkness t-shirts. The new one that's going to be coming, the one that they came out with. I have the Cyberforce. I think I missed out on the Witchblade t-shirt, so I don't have them all collected, but it is what it is. Yeah, no, exactly. Wrightson definitely was an influence on Sylvester at some point. Absolutely. That's why your art style looks great and how you've spoken about Sylvester's art, which has influenced you a lot, plus adding your own unique style. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. What's up, Primetron? Good to see you. What are those gloves you're wearing? these gloves just keep stuff from smudging. It's not so bad with this pen, but when you're using, there's a lot of times when I draw on the actual paper or like the actual book, I'll use these mechanical pens. And for some reason, the lead in these are really smudgy compared to the lead that comes in these. So I found my skin, maybe it's a little bit more oily than others, but I found I was smudging the shit all the time. And I don't like the look of a dirty page. Uh, Especially if I have to constantly clean it up before I send it to the inker. So I just started wearing these, and it doesn't solve the entire problem, but it helps out. So yeah, I recommend it. It's not necessary, but so with the chin strap and pretty much all the armor I have on my character, it's uh it's kind of an evolving armor. I draw a lot of things different. You're never going to see one thing drawn exactly the same. Part of that has to do with the makeup of his costume, and part of it is just artistic expression. Like I like to kind of change things up. So there are certain things on his armor, his chin strap, his gauntlets, his boots, the armor on his chest, and his midsection. I've kind of designed so the shapes will always be similar, but I'll add certain things here or there. Because the idea behind this is that kind of like Spawn, the suit is supernatural. It's not alive like you know per se like Spawn's is, but it's definitely got some supernatural aspect to it. What are you guys saying? Such a great looking character. I was immediately interested in this project. Thank you, man. I went back and forth on the design for a while, and if you get the ash can, I'm going to put in a lot of the different designs I had for this character over the years in the character sketch section. There's a rights and Kickstarter available now that from that dickhead Tim Doyle. I couldn't resist because it's rights. I did not know that. I didn't know that at all. Huh. I'm gonna have to check that out. So Silvestri is working on a Batman book. Yeah, he's been for years now. I wasn't aware of this. I backed the early bird special and added the variant cover. Top Cow Books just looked evil compared to the other Image Studios. Yeah, they had the supernatural stuff. That was what was cool. Like when Silvestri did that issue of Spawn 25, and they did the Image X month when they all kind of crossed over and did each other's titles. That was one of the jumping off points where Silvestri kind of saw that doing a single character as opposed to a team, one was beneficial, it was a little more fun to draw, but he started to really fall in love with the supernatural aspect of characters. And so then right after that, I think you had like Witchblade came out, then the Darkness, and all these different characters and they really kind of leaned into that, and that became their thing. That was cool because it set them aside from the other studios. Joe, if it was the 90s, which Image founder / studio would you join if you could pick only one? Man, that's a tough one, dude. I mean, it would probably be Top Cow, just because, depending, if this was fantasy, depending on the age I was, the ability to learn under a guy like Marc Silvestri would have been awesome. And to work with the talents, and finally working with guys like Weems and Bat, but to work with the inking talent that they had and the rest of the artistic talent that they had there would be awesome. So probably Top Cow, but Extreme Studios would have been hell of a lot of fun. Wildstorm would have been awesome. To work with McFarlane would have been great. Yeah, it's such a hard question, man. What's going on, 24 Eyes? Good to see you. Micra, you'd be Top Cow in a heartbeat. Yeah. Yeah, he called it. You know what's up. What issue of Spawn did Silvestri work on during Image Month? It was 25, I believe. Spawn 25. And that was kind of Silvestri's coming out party. I mean, Silvestri was always awesome, but he kind of, I mean, the spotlight was on Jim and Rob and Todd. And even though Silvestri had done a really awesome run on Cyberforce at the time, it wasn't until it wasn't until Spawn came out that he really kind of hit that stardom. Like, people really stepped back and took notice for the first time. And he rode that, man. He rode that. Jumped on, did the Darkness. I don't know if they did the Darkness right away. I can't remember. Time, it's all blurred together for me. But I want to say they had the Darkness as a project, and it just kind of got delayed, maybe. I can't remember. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sure somebody else knows a little bit better than me in the chat. But yeah, once he did the Darkness, man, it was over. His star was rising to the top. And then you look at his studio, guys like Finch and Turner and Benitez all doing their thing. And they really stuck a claim. They really did. Jumped out. I need that issue. Yeah, Spawn 25. Yep, that's what it was. Yeah, I've got it. It's easy to find. They had a lot of copies printed of it. You can go on eBay and find it. It's fairly cheap if you need it. But that was it was really cool to see. At the time, I think Capullo was handling a lot of the work on Spawn at the moment. Or maybe they were going back and forth between Todd and Greg. I think Greg had started to do a lot of layouts or something. I don't know. I can't remember. But to see another artist do Spawn and have it be that good was an eye-opener. And I will tell you the truth. That was one of the first times where I started to really recognize Silvestri and fall in love with his stuff. I'd always known who he was, but when I read that issue, I really started to like, the colors in that book were great. I think it was it Hammerling? Brian Hammerling, if I'm pronouncing that name right, that did the colors and killed it. Silvestri is just so good. His stuff is deceptively simple. It's mind-boggling to me. Yeah. Darkness has a first appearance in Witchblade 9, I think. Yeah, he does. And actually, I think Michael Turner was the one that designed the original. Oh, why is that doing that with the light? Back the light off here a little bit. Sorry about that. Designed the original Darkness costume. If you ever get a chance, there's a book that Wizard put out years ago in the 90s, or maybe it was early 2000s. I can't remember. And it's got a sketch of Michael Turner's Darkness costume. It's a lot different. So I don't know if he originally kind of came up with an idea. I don't know if was that a book maybe they're going to put Turner on, and then decided to go with Witchblade, and then Silvestri decided to do Darkness and redesign the costume. I don't know. That I don't know, but it's oh, do I have that book? Oh yeah, here. Hold on a second. I know some of you might know what I'm talking about. That book right there. I've been thinking about possibly looking at this book for one of the Appreciating Comic Book art series. But this book right here, here was one of my favorites. These Wizard Millennium editions that came out. What the hell is that? Dirt? Bullshit. That's what it is. But yeah, this book is old. This is probably close to 20 years old, maybe. Anyway, really awesome book. Flip through it for a second. She's got a bunch of Silvestri stuff, talking about his career, Top Cow. At the time, he was just doing the new X-Men run. And then you got like some beautiful sketches here. Awesome cover gallery of the characters. So yeah, it's a really cool book. If you get a chance, find it. But anyway, yeah. So I think there might be, maybe it's in that one. I could be mistaken, but regardless, it's a really awesome book. Oh wait, where'd I go? Lost you guys here. Okay, Jasper, I'll keep an eye out. I just haven't seen Sylvester tweet as much to give more. Yeah, he hasn't been on a lot that I've seen. Good stuff's in here. Where did I miss that? Oh, hey, good stuff. Good to see you. Sorry about that. Trying to keep track of the chat, draw, keep a thought in my head at the same time. Sylvester has a looseness to his fingers, but yeah, he still has the structure. When I try to draw loose like that, it ends up looking whack. Yeah, that's the thing, Noah. That's great thing to point out. You have to absolutely know what you're doing to draw like that and have it look really good, because simplicity sometimes is harder. It looks harder. I mean, it looks simplistic, but when you actually try to do it, you have to know what you're doing, or otherwise it's going to look funky. That's a great point. Great point. So this head sketch is going into your ash can. Yeah, like I said, old book, crude. It's a mystery. Wow. What's up, Phil? Yes, yeah. This is so yeah. I was just going to say, what's going on, Corey? B Rose. What's up, guys? Good to see you all. Yeah, so I was, this is a head sketch that's going into the ash can. I didn't really advertise that I was doing head sketches because I didn't want to get stuck doing 130 of them. But anybody that asked for a head sketch, I think I'd charge like $10 extra. So I've got like 5 of them I have to do. So I figured I'd just draw them live, talk to you guys. Things like that would make good videos to grow your channel. 5-10 minutes on things like 5 books you need to help find with the algorithm. Yeah, a lot of my videos that I do with the appreciating comic book art range from like 8 to 12. Because I get wordy. I talk too much. That's probably the issue. I talk way too much sometimes, guys. It's just get diarrhea of the mouth. You know what it is? It's from being a former frontman. You just get used to hearing your voice. You're like, yeah, everybody wants to hear me talk. That's what you get lulled into. Oh, whoops, jumped on me. Yeah, if you really want one, hit me up. I can add one to your order. There might be a limited amount of ones that I'm gonna take because I got a lot of work. The ash can is basically done, but there's still a lot of work in putting it together and trying to get it out in time for Christmas. And I don't want to put too much on my plate to where I have to pump too much of these out. What if you make a mistake inking? That's what whiteout's there for. Whiteout, baby. That's what God made whiteout for. Hail Primetime. Did I miss? Oh, Primeton. Yeah. Appreciating Comical Guard is hosted by Kevin Smith. Fuck that dude. Are you making a joke, man? Are you making fun of me, Jasper? Is that what's going on? See how it is. Well, I'm assuming for the name, that's what's going to happen. Like, I've been doing this. Actually, I don't know. Seemed like a cool name. I feel like I came up with it before. If that happened. Hate to break it to you, the eyes are uneven. Yeah, man. I will fix this. Okay, I will fix little things. Everyone's a critic. Everyone's a critic. And that's easy to fix with a little bit of whiteout stuff. But you know what? This is a sketch. Not going for perfectness. This stuff. Too positive. I know. It happens. Yeah, DM me and we'll talk about it. What the fuck? This ain't no sketch. It's not? What is it? I guess maybe ideas of sketches are different. I don't know. I don't know, man. It's the only thing I know how to do. It's kind of like when we do the fuck, fuck is my own show called? Sketching stuff. And we do like the sketching stuff show. A lot of people don't think those are sketches. And it's like, well, it's hard for me to do a sketch and not have it look good. Does that make sense? But I will try to sketch it up a little bit. Because again, I don't want to spend 1,000 years doing these. Like I gotta get them done. But I still want them to look good. I'll make it a little bit more sketchier for you. All right, Corey? If that makes you happy. Looks like inks to me. This is like the whole sketch and stuff clickbait. Well, you can have a sketch with inks and everything, right? Am I wrong on that? I think I'm right. Well, I mean, if you were going to get a sketch, would you want something that was well done or just a bunch of chicken scratch, 15-minute kind of layout thing? I would want it to be, I don't know, I'd want it to be personally a little bit more. Then again, I'm not inundated with a shit ton of sketches all the time, so. If it makes you feel better, I will chicken scratch it up a little bit. Posted ink sketches all the time. Yeah, I see a lot of your videos, man. Your shit is looking good, dude. I see improvement in your stuff every day. Keep that shit up, dude. Very impressive. Definitely well done, of course. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Oh, I want to see something there. And Corey, eyes aren't that far off. They just measured. Now you're just being critical. Tell the digital artist Corey to Command plus Z off. I like it. Yeah, you digital artists, man. I know the advantages in it, and I get that. I just can't do it. I gotta have to feel the paper. Feel the paper and the pen or the pencil. That's what I need. I had Don Chin on earlier. It was dope. Kimosabi returns to the man behind Company Man is Kimosabi returns. The man behind Company Man is streaming sketches for his project. He uses a few markers, but doesn't spend too long. Yeah, I need to. I probably need to get faster at doing sketches. It's just hard because they're like, I want to finish it, Yeah, traditional. Yeah, Company Men. I knew what you meant. Traditional is the balls deep approach. Absolutely, it's the traditional approach, right? Like I remember, even when I was younger, I remember when digital was in its infancy. I remember my mom came to me and she was like, "Would you ever be interested in doing the digital art? Because if so, we could go out, we could invest in you and buy. At the time, they were just those. Uh, Man, what were they called? Was it Wacom, whatever there is? Whereas like you could hook it up to a computer, but you just looked at the screen and then drew on it. And I was just like, I don't want to do that. Like for one, I feel like they'd be hard to see. And two, I feel like it'd be hard to see. So I never got into it. Like I really liked the feel of paper. It's just there's nothing like feeling this connection between you and the board. And if you missed the early part of this stream, I was talking about a lot of the characteristics of my character's costume. You're going to see it change throughout the book. The idea is that the costume is kind of always growing, always evolving. You're going to see the armor kind of change. One, because I'm drawing it in such a way that it kind of calls for improvision. And I just get bored drawing the same thing over and over again. So I want to change it up just a little bit. I'm just trolling a bit because it's traditional inks. It does look awesome, though. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. What's up, Wyatt? It's a mighty fine doodle you got going on there, bud. Thank you. Thank you. I like the doodle. I like the doodle. Is this going to be printed? I print on the campaign because I dig this. Actually, so if you missed it earlier, I didn't advertise that I was doing head sketches with the ash can. But if anybody asked me, I was just doing them for an extra $10. So I got like 5 I got to get out. They're gonna have screen covers that make that screen feel like Frege was telling me that, and this sounds interesting. I think Sean does the same thing. To draw a face front on like this and ink it traditionally is ballsy. Yeah, well, I'm gonna throw a bunch of blacks and stuff in there too, and give it really heavy shadows. So the suit is alive, so it fits. Yeah. What was I saying? Forgot what I was saying now. And also, Corey, the thing about inking, for one, you got whiteout, so you can cover up mistakes. So I can go back and cover up some of the stuff I want. So I never really worry about messing things up too much. And also, if you're going to do heavy blacks, you can just go over and black a bunch of stuff out. It's one of the reasons why I work with inkers on the book, because I can just really focus on the pencils. But if I'm going to do a sketch, it's a free-for-all, baby. It's a free-for-all. All right, I got you guys. Yeah, so thank you everyone for joining me tonight. The Ash Can is ending tomorrow on Ott and Stuff. Tomorrow at 9 o'clock Eastern. Sean and I are going to be closing out the stream, or closing out the Ash Can on the Ott and Stuff stream. So make sure you join us. We'll get a final count at the end of the show. So if you haven't got the book yet, you'll have until the end of the show on Friday to get it. I really like this desk, but like I can hear it in my headphones. Like every time I hit it, and it moves a lot too. It's like it wobbles. It's a nice desk, but what kind of whiteout do you use? Because I tried something and it ruined the paper. Well, for sketches, I just use where'd it go? I use the Uniball for sketches. I also a jelly pen, but these white, they work pretty good. Certain inks, they look gray. Like sometimes even with this Faber-Castell or whatever you want to call it, it looks gray sometimes when you go over it. It doesn't work very well, I noticed, with the Copic pens. But then I also have, if I want to do big cover-ups, I got this traditional white paint, white ink. I can go through. I use this for like white splatters and whatnot. But yeah. You do what you got to do. Joe, did you ever sell cassettes when you were doing music? I remember going to punk and metal shows and filling out a notebook to get a tape in the mail. A little bit before my time, we were in. I was we were doing CDs, so it was all about CDs when I was doing music. It's a great idea. I like how the Witchblade Gauntlet always changes to fit the situation, but make sure it didn't cover those naughty bits. Yeah, like I said, I probably copied it from Top Cow. My influences are going to shine through in this book, and you're going to see it when you read it. So, what's the elevator pitch for Reaper Destroyer's story? Well, the elevator pitch, I have two of them. Like the old one, I didn't like the old one. The old one kind of fit, but it's Matthew Walker is trapped inside a supernatural suit of armor, pretty much imprisoned inside the suit of armor, along with the ancient spirit of death. They are in a constant struggle for possession of Matt, but they're going to have to band together to fight a greater evil that is being unleashed on the earth. And in a world of immortals and monsters, who is the true villain? One of my old pitches was, in a dark, twisted New York City, one man fights for survival while trying to regain his memories, trapped inside a biomechanical suit of armor, inhabited by the ancient spirit of death, intent on consuming his soul. I went away from that because I was just like, it's a little wordy. It's pretty cool, but I love the one I got. Yeah, Amanda, you got the cool one. And I think you're the only one that saw the colors on that too. I still haven't released that from what I know. Moon Knight meets the Darkness. Yeah, it's okay. So it's really Moon Knight meets the Darkness, meets Spawn, meets the Guyver, meets Highlander, meets the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yeah, something like that. It's going to be the story wise, though. Costume wise, yeah, you can see the influences. I have an engineered desk from the original Forged engineering lab in the Dearborn in storage up north of Saginaw. Rumor was it's the table where the Thunderbird was born. The Thunderbird was born. That's badass. That is badass indeed. Yeah, thank you all for joining me tonight. I'm already taking longer than I thought I was going to take. I gotta talk to you guys. It's awesome. Oh, you haven't? Those colors were gorgeous on it. Yeah, I haven't. It's something I've been saving. I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do with it anymore. I know, Amanda, I told you I had the original idea that has kind of changed, but I'm definitely going to use it for something. Looks like the Darkness to me. Yeah, it's got a darkness feel to it, that's for sure. Although, I want to sketch now. What a tease, Joe. Well, like I was telling, what was it? I'm gonna fuck the name up. I know it because where's it at? Let me go back up here. Oh, there he goes. GJ Martinez. I was telling him that I would still possibly be down to do sketches for people. It just depends on how many requests I got because I want to get this out on time because I'm really trying to get it out in time for Christmas. And if I take many more sketches than I have right now, it's going to be just that much longer. So I may or may not. It just depends. If you really want one, you hit me up in my DMs so we can talk about it. If I haven't got a lot of requests, I might be able to fit one in for you. Yeah, but I haven't really talked a lot about the book, and one of the reasons why is I really want people to get the Ashcan, because if you get the Ashcan, it's going to be a breakdown of a lot more of the story, a lot more of the history of the character as well. And I'm doing it that way because I want people to have a leg up on those that don't get the Ashcan when the book actually comes out. So there'll be I don't know if I'd say synopsis, but I'm gonna have a breakdown of like the history, the mythos of the Reaper Destroyer in the Ashcan itself, and really explain a lot of things. No more sketches until the campaign. Rick has spoken. There you go. I guess it's closed. Rick knows what's up. So yeah, so I really want people to check that out so you can get a feel for the book. I can go in a little bit more in depth with the write up of it all when you actually purchase it. So do that. Do it. But yeah, talking to Corey though, I think I'm going to keep this a little bit more sketchy instead of going into such crazy detail. It probably will save me time. Because one of the issues I have is getting caught up in the art so much that I forget it really should be something that's fast for a sketch. This isn't supposed to be a finished page or anything. Yeah, Rick. If I don't get RD by Xmas, I'm going to look look for. Yeah, well, all right. I don't condone violence on this channel. I don't. So let's be good to each other. Joe needs to save his energy for the campaign. Yeah, that's what I've been hearing. Even this short kind of campaign with Ashcan has been pretty eye opening. That's for sure. I have a Type 1 sketch. I need an RD sketch. Oh, hit me up, guys. I can't guarantee at this point that everybody that hits me up will get one, but I can do my best to try to figure out how to make it work as best I can. I know like I said, I wasn't going around advertising it quite a bit because again, I didn't want to end up with, I didn't know how many ash cans were going to be requested, but just on the off chance that it was going to be over 100, which it ended up being, I didn't want to get stuck with like Sean had to do like 90 friggin' head sketches. And I saw that and I was just like, fuck that. Like that is a lot of work. A lot of work. I just didn't have the time to do that many. So I kind of kept it on the DL. And if somebody requested it, I would do it. And like I said, I had 5 altogether that requested. I have a type 1. Oh, I need to read that. I commend Joe doing a limited 20 max sketch goal for his campaign so he's not bogged down by extra work. Yeah, even 20 would be a little bit too much. When it comes to the actual campaign in April, I have no idea what I'm going to do with that. Haven't even thought about it when it comes to the sketches. I know they're a popular thing, but in the same aspect, I know they're pretty time consuming. And most of my time needs to be spent drawing the book. So we'll figure that out. We'll see what's up. Oh shit. It's after 11. Bancroft just started. Who's he have on tonight? Is Rainey on the show tonight? Is that what I heard? She is a fantastic artist, I have to say. I've been very impressed with the things I've seen her do. It'd be cool if RD Ashcan was the same size as the Type 1 preview. I know, Jasper. I know. I feel you on that. I really wanted to do a traditional Ashcan for this. And I did a poll for it, and that's what everybody voted for. So I went with the poll. So is anybody out there keeping track of the Kyle Ritter case? Kyle Ritter. Rittenhouse. Damn, I did it again. Tell you what, ever since I saw Malin put that out there about Ritter, I have not been able to get that. Every time I've gone to say Rittenhouse, it comes out Ritter. Dude just destroyed me on that. What's going on, Sheldon? Can't be going against no polls or you pay the toll. That's right. And that's what, I put it out and I wanted to put it out there. I put it on Twitter. I wanted to make it as transparent as I could. I was like, this is what I'm looking to do. Either it's going to be traditional ashcan size or it's going to be comic book size. And I had a couple different options. And whatever the poll was going to be, that's what I went with. And that's what ended up happening. So I made the decision and I can't go back on decisions. Dude, the pit number one ashcan went up to 300 to 400 since Dale joined CG. Glad I snagged one of the few months ago for 60. Yeah, I wish I had done that. That's one that I don't have. And you're right, that the price skyrocketed on eBay when he joined CG. Yes, initially we've discussed it on Twitter. Yeah. Yeah, I think I also gave the option for the black and white cover or a colored cover. If I was going to do color, which I ended up doing, it was going to be foil. If we did the black and white, it was going to be a raised, embossed kind of red logo. And the color cover won out. So pretty much I pulled it. And I went out there and whatever anybody wanted, I gave an opportunity. And that's what I go with. I'm a man of the chat, If you tell me that that's what you want, that's what we are going to do. Hands down. That's going to smudge. Did you find a printer for the ashcan? I'm still looking at a couple different ones. One that I'm probably going to go with. It's the same printer that Mark Polton used for the ashcan for Viking Wolf when he put that out with the Sea Dog and Codename Killswitch campaign that just came out not too long ago. I really liked the way that was put together, so I hit him up, and I'm probably going to go with them. Although I'm looking at possibly a couple others, depending on price, But I do want it's going to have a foil cover, so that was important. Like I have to work with a place that's going to give me a foil cover and not kill me for it. And this place that I'm looking at is the price is actually pretty good. Too much deliberation. That is not ideal. Every time Shelby shows something on his stream, it freaking goes up. Yeah. You should do Kinko style, like the Pit and Cyberforce ashcans. Yeah, like straight up old school. It would have a nostalgia feel to it. That's for sure. That is for sure. I don't know, guys. It's up to you. What do you think? Is this good enough for a head sketch for what we're doing? Like Corey said, should I keep it very sketchy and finish it out and call it good? Should I keep going and put more detail into it? That's the question. Fancy ash cans, no Xerox here. That's right. No, it'll be a nice ash can. Joe, have you talked to Shelby about where he gets his books done? Yeah, I've actually talked to Shelby quite a bit about a lot of different things when it comes to how he does a lot of stuff. I pick the brains of a lot of different people that I have contact with. I see what they've done, what works, and I try to go with the advice that's given. That's why I was asking. Haven't been able to find a printer with foil stuff, so I'll probably hit you up in DMs with what printer you found that does foil. Yeah, and it's a local as far as United States printer. I'm staying within the country with no matter what I get done. Otherwise, you guys aren't getting it in time if I go outside the country. Make the sketch you would like to receive. Well, that's an open-ended. That's it. That's opening some doorways there. After watching Finch and Eric Grove stream, throw some gray marker on it. That is it's not my strong suit. I've done it before. I just don't feel like I have a good enough feel for that yet. Like I feel like you kind of have to know a little bit of what you're doing with the colors and tones to make it look good. Like I've done it before, and sometimes I'm just like, well, that looks like shit. Like, I just ruined my picture by trying to throw some gray tones on there. So like I've stayed away from that for the most part. I have done some color stuff before. If you go on my Instagram, you can see some of the times where I've experimented. I've only ever posted the stuff that I was happy with, so it looks pretty good. I've also done stuff on colored paper, which I actually like. I like doing because it kind of gives this overall cool, like just color theme to everything. Yeah, I want to stay in the States too with everything I make. Yeah, especially now with all the shipping issues that are out there, it's probably the best to do. And there's some places you can't even get to port, get stuff in port. I'm just sitting out there waiting, waiting to get in. I'll drop those heavy shadows in like we were talking about. I'm gonna get the shadows going on his hood. I really appreciate everybody checking out these streams lately. It's been something new I've been getting into, just kind of trying to get more content on my page instead of just the videos. I don't know why I never really thought about streaming some of this stuff live before. The hell, we were live the other day. I was finishing up that blob uh, pick I did on Fragtober, and I ended up staying up till past midnight just talking to the chat. It was fun. It's a good time. Oh shit! What we got going on? I hear that loud and clear. Always was a bit uh, ig- ig- in, fuck indignant about handling someone else the plug to my goods in general. All good or all school old school gets to be maintained for sure. God, I can't talk. What the fuck is wrong with me? What's up, Shadow Hawk? Just stopped by on the way to Jack. Looks great, Joe. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. I have no work tomorrow, so I'm staying up late till the cows come home. Ah, lucky you, man. Lucky you. Yeah, there you go. Everybody go get the Cyberforce. I know there's some people that really will not back Kickstarter, and I completely respect that. However, there are a few reasons why I will still back some products on Kickstarter, and anything with Silvestri in it is one of those. So go get it, do it because it's going to be awesome. I don't think you want to miss out on it, especially because kind of going back to the top of the show, the stream when we were talking about is it's not a lot of good stuff coming out of Top Cow these days. So the fact that they are doing these um reprints of the old book, you got Darkness, you got Witchblade, and now Cyberforce is awesome because that's probably about the best stuff you're going to be able to get from them for any time soon. It's like if you look at the titles they're putting out, it's just depressing. Like this isn't Top Cow. I don't know what it is, but it's not Top Cow. That's for sure. So now that you have me with my brush pen out, what I'm doing is going through and just doing a lot of black. It's almost like abstract. I like to do when I do this, and I'll go back through and fill in some details and bring it all together. Are they recoloring the old books? I don't think so. Hell yeah, Astro Zombie. Me too. Me too. I got that. Got the T-shirt. Got the Silvestri 30th anniversary cover. So really looking forward to it. Yeah, I don't think they do recolor the books. I think it's in a hardcover format where you'll see the soft cover will come out and hit the stores. Um, but you get the hardcover, you get the Silvestri uh, new cover with all these, and I think that's to me that's the selling point. Uh, yeah, I don't think they've even done a Cyberforce soft cover compendium. Yeah, I don't think they have either. I think like this would be the first time, but they will put one out. I guarantee, because that's what they've done with everything. They put um, everything that I've backed from them. They have put out in the soft cover into the stores before I get it in my hands. But that's not the point. Like the point is, you were going to get the hardcover, and that's what we're paying for. We're paying for the hardcover to the book and all the bells and whistles. You get pinups and coasters and stickers and like all this kind of stuff. You can get that T-shirt, and then I've collected all of them except for the Witchblade ones. I know some touch-ups on pages from new books to comics. Yeah, they do that, and they might. But the Darkness one looked like it was the original. Uh, the and I haven't seen the new campaign, and the Witchblade one I got seemed like it was the original. So, nah, hardcover goes to direct market, but it's not signed. Are you sure? Okay, all right. I've never seen the hardcover. It could just be in my local comic store. It hasn't brought it in, but I've never seen the hardcover of those in the store. I've only ever seen the soft covers, so I could be definitely wrong in that. Yeah, they must have had some kind of deal worked out because I'm pretty sure when Wildstorm had their um anniversary book that they put out, I'm pretty sure that they had the Killer Instinct crossover in there too. So there must have been some kind of deal that they all worked out together to get that in there. I mean, and they're all on good speaking terms, so I'm sure they could figure it out. Especially with Jim being in the position he's at right now, it probably wasn't that big of a deal to get done. I don't know if I'm gonna do that anymore. Maybe we'll see. There's a Gen 13 collection coming out in January. Sweet. Yeah, I'll get that too. I'm telling you, the only stuff I like from the mainstream or that I'll back is if you're going to be doing like these old school books and you know give me another bite at the apple, so to speak, um, and give me new covers and stuff like that. I'll definitely do that. I'll do it. I'm a sucker for it. I'm a sucker for that stuff. You'll get my money. What's up, Shelby? He said, I told Matt Hawkins he needs to do a Cyberforce omnibus back during our 25th Extreme reunion. Everyone can thank me. Well, thank you, man. I knew it had to be Shelby. You know, like he talks and people listen. That's what I'm saying. I'm here to take all the credit, as you should. As you should. That's a 664 page signed hardcover for $45. Yeah, it's a good deal, guys. I don't know about the Gen 13 collection. I'm all about the Gen 13 collection, guys. I will, if they do it, I will be all about it because I love that book. Well, I like the J. Scott Campbell stuff. When he left the book, who was the artist that took over for him? I can't remember, but I didn't like it. Not that it was bad art; it just wasn't. It wasn't J. Scott Campbell. You know, if I'm going to follow you as an artist and you're taking over or you're leaving the book, you better pray to God that somebody is coming on that's as good as you or better than you for me to stick with that book. Because otherwise I am going with the art, going with the artist. J. Scott Campbell from Wish after that. Hey, oh yeah. Alan Davis Gen 13 bootleg books were pretty cool too. I'd have to check those out. I don't think I've ever seen them. Oh, cool. So I wonder if that's gonna be different than the campaign. That's interesting. Yeah, but Cyberforce won't fulfill for a year. Is that what it says? Well, you know, I can't remember how long the Darkness 2 one is doing that backed or how long the first one took, but it sounds about right. I kind of go into those knowing I'm going to wait for a little bit. It's not that big of a deal to me. Campbell dipped out around issue 25 or 26. My favorite run of his is one through, well, the miniseries, and then one through like 7 or 8 is before he really changed his style and really pushed it more cartoony when he was still kind of doing the Wildstorm kind of house style. Alex Gardner doing the inks. I thought in the colors of those books, I thought there was some of the best work that J. Scott Campbell had done. I wish he would have stuck with like that style personally. Sheldon said when I saw Matt Hawkins last, he walked past me. Granted, he doesn't know me. The small Gen 13 store in Wildstorm 25th anniversary with modern J. Scott Campbell art was gorgeous. Well, I'd have to check it out. Like I have to get that. I never saw it. I still need to purchase that at some point. Oh, okay. Are you talking about the Gen 13? Or are we talking about the Top Cow one still? I'm waiting on a bunch of late books. I'm sure you have as well. Yeah, I'm kind of Jim Lee did the miniseries. I liked pages 1 through 3. Oh, 1 through 13. Do you do the layouts? I mean, J. Scott Campbell did the original miniseries for Gen 13. I wouldn't be surprised if Jim Lee did layouts and stuff. It collects volumes 0 through 5, volume 2, 0 through 5 or 360 pages hardcover. Nice. Nice. Yes, I have. Yes, I have. Fuck, I forgot what I was gonna say. Damn it. Well, that's a recurring thing. That happens quite a bit, I'll just say. Oh, I had it for a second, lost it again. Fuck. You definitely need the Wildstorm Anniversary book if you like the modern Brett Booth and on Backlash and Jim Lee uncolored art from Wildcats Volume 1. Hell yeah. I want to get it, man. I need to get the money for it. I definitely have to cross the crap starter line to get that Cyberforce. Definitely getting that. Yeah, like I said, only a few things will I back on Kickstarter. Anything Mark Silvestri is definitely one of them. And I got a couple friends too that do comics that they only do on Kickstarter because they're still kind of stuck in that mindset that that's where crowdfunding is. So some minds you can't change, and they're good people, and so I don't mind backing their books when they come out. No worries there. Hey, what's up, Steve? Good to see you, man. So did anybody see Shelby Robertson's awesome stream he did the other day where strategically, very smartly, it was only his chair and he got a ton of views and a ton of subs. I think he has found the new way, the new groundbreaking way of getting new subscribers and having a very entertaining stream. So I don't know if Shelby left it up or not, but you should go check it out because it's worth it. Matt will only do the TC stuff through Kickstarter, unfortunately. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, I haven't. Yeah, it's got the name. It's got the name brand. As much as we don't like the gatekeeping political aspect of stuff, there's Kickstarter's got it's got the name. Everybody knows Kickstarter, and could be a political thing too. I don't know. I know that some people look down on Indiegogo specifically because of the Comicsgate stuff. They call it a right-leaning platform. You get caught up in the narrative with all that stuff. Yeah, just greater than maybe just the one time. Like strategic wise though, I think it worked because hell, I had Rick hitting me up saying like, hey, do you know Shelby's he's streaming live right now. He's not even on his own stream. And I talked to a couple people, and that was kind of what it was. So like the word spread, right? So every time the word spread, someone went and checked it out. So the views, I'm sure, were really awesome on that. And of course, if you're going to be there, hit the sub if you haven't. Darkness 2 is almost done. I think they said January. That'd be awesome. Looking forward to that. Best stream by far was missing a bowl of ramen. Yeah. The old empty chair build subscriber routine. I know, right? I would coin that if I were you, Shelby. I'd trademark that strategy or sell it. Give us a speech. Let us know how you came up with that brilliant plan. You're right, Sante. Campbell did the miniseries. I thought Lee did it. Yeah, I gotta ask you, Jasper. Why do you always spell my name with two G's? I've noticed even when you tag me in the chat, you'll tag me correctly and then add that last G on there. I like it because then I know it's specifically you. I've always had that question. I don't think I've ever seen my name spelled like that. Pretty unique. My most viewed stream of the year is sad. No, that's funny, dude. Yeah, it sucks. I hate Craft Starter. Definitely hard to navigate than Indiegogo. Kickstarter is stupid, man. Like the Indiegogo platform is awesome. Like it's put together well. I was when I was talking to Brett, Brett Booth when he was on Odd Stuff last Friday. He was even bringing that up, that the even for a creator, that he really liked the way that Indiegogo was set up as opposed to Kickstarter. And then when he does his actual campaign, it's going to be on Indiegogo. He might do Kickstarter at the same time, but or maybe one and then the other. But he definitely likes Indiegogo. That was a fun interview. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend you go check it out. He had some really interesting things to say about Comicsgate. It was cool because the chat was asking really good questions, and Brett knew that the subject of Comicsgate would come up, and he was completely cool with it. I didn't want it to dominate the stream, so I saved a lot of the questions about it until the end of the show. But yeah, he answered everything that was asked of him, and yeah, it was good. It was a good conversation. Go check it out. I don't want to recap the entire thing, but Brett's a really cool dude. I don't agree with everything he says and does politically, but again, that's not the point. Like, he doesn't shit on the fans, and that's what I appreciate by Brett. He is a fan service guy. He cares about his backers. He cares about his fans quite a bit. And I think he would fit in great with Comicsgate. Maybe one day he will, but right now it seems like he kind of wants to do things on his own, which I respect that. It's commendable. Got my link for the hardcover PDF. It's on my iPad. Really? I have to check my email. I haven't got that yet. Knows a true G. I thought Sontag is the correct spelling. It is, minus the second G. But don't stop now. I've gotten used to seeing you spell it that way. So the double G is for when you regulate. Yeah. Why did Brett say his new project went on Kickstarter? So the newest project that he's got out right now, the Anybody's, is Scott Lobdell's project campaign. He's just drawing it. So he has nothing to do with the platform or selling the product, anything like that. He's just drawing it, helping to promote it. So that's all Lobdell's doing. Hey, what's going on, Aaron? Thank you, man. I appreciate it. So if anyone is wondering, this is a head sketch for the Ashcan campaign that I'm doing. I sold a few of them. I wasn't doing a ton of them because I didn't want to get stuck with what turns out to be the last count I did. I think there's 133 Ashcans on reserve. So thank you so much, everybody that's backed. Very humbled that it's very cool to see the support. But I also didn't want to get stuck with doing 100 some odd head sketches. If I had done that, the book would never come out, or at least it wouldn't come out on time. So if somebody specifically requested it, I did it. It was no big deal. But I wasn't really putting it out there. I think I mentioned it a couple times on streams that it was an option if somebody really wanted it, but I wasn't trying to push it very hard for that reason. So but if you are interested in one, and if I have time to do it, hit me up and we'll see what I can do. I was charging people an extra $10 for it. It was something supposed to be pretty simple, kind of sketchy, but knowing me, I just go overboard with everything. That's what I do. So is anybody as frustrated as I am watching the Rittenhouse trial? Shit is driving me insane. By the way, there's a lot of awesome people in the chat tonight. Shelby Robertson, if you haven't checked out his channel, you definitely need to. Uh, Phenomenal artist. Love watching him draw. Dude is fast as hell. Definitely makes me want to quit when I see his work. Corey Barton was in the chat. Check out the Barton's channels. Awesome videos on that. Who else do we have in here? American Comics Co., I believe, has a channel. NTM, do you have a channel? If you're still watching, Noah. Yeah, if I missed anybody, definitely go check out anybody with channels here on Comics There's a lot of streams. There's a shit ton of streams. It's insane. It's insane, but a lot of cool products, a lot of cool shows being made. Well, what's going on is throughout most of the trial, I would have told you that this kid is getting off handily, self-defense. The problem is there's been some evidence that was allowed to be added into for the jury, and they've been deliberating now for 3 days, which is not a good sign for an acquittal. From everything I've been hearing, that there's 2 or 3 Karens, so to speak, on the jury. They're probably holding everything up. I mean, the evidence in this trial is so much on the side of self-defense that I can't believe that it would be looked at any other way. And so you have to have some jurors with a preconceived bias already. They're holding everything up, which is the only reason why this is going so long. There should be no reason why we're on day 3 of deliberation in this trial. Shelby Shannon makes me want to draw and eat junk food. Hell yeah. NTM mom made me delete. He made him delete his. Probably. Still getting mine together, but soon and worth it. Okay. I thought you already had one up there. But yeah. When you see them, when they pop up, go check them out. But yeah, it's disheartening to see, because I feel like our justice system, it's flawed. It's been flawed for a while. But now we are openly allowing jury intimidation. And to me, that's an act of terrorism. If a mob can threaten and get a jury to give them a sentence that they want, then your rights are completely dead, because no matter what happens in a trial, if somebody's going to be so scared because they're worried about violence, and for groups to go out there and say, if this doesn't happen, we're going to, do this, we're going to burn this down, we're going to wreak havoc over here, that's, you're giving power to all the wrong people. And you don't want that. These crazy anarchists taking over, and you're allowed, we're just letting them do it. As citizens of the United States of America, we're just standing by and letting it happen. And if Kyle gets found guilty, the precedent that's going to be sent is that you will not be able to defend your community, your home, with any kind of force. Self-defense is dead, because they'll just drag you into court and they'll charge you with a felony, and they'll throw you away, and you'll just rot in jail, rot in prison. This kid is facing life for some of the charges that they've got on him, and they're bullshit. It's clear self-defense. And if anybody's been watching the trial, it's self-defense. The video evidence has proven it's self-defense. The state's own witnesses have proven self-defense with just the stories they've been telling, and Cross, and everything that's been going on. It's been amazing to see, and then to still have it be 3 days of deliberation and not come out with an acquittal is insane. It's because the left is threatening to burn down shit again if they don't get their way. Yeah. These weirdos need to be put down like cockroaches, like a cockroach. Anarchy is necessary. The system is archaic. I think the system's good. I think it's just the way it's ran. Anarchy is, in my opinion, never necessary, and I think that's we run into real big issues when we get into anarchy and mob rule in this country. Prosecution deserves to go to jail. Yeah, they've been some slimy motherfuckers, man. Yeah, just everything that they should be. This should have been thrown out with prejudice with everything that the prosecution has done. They won't need to take your gun. They will lock you away if you ever pull the trigger, even with just cause. Yeah, yeah, that's where we're headed, guys. That's why it's just this case it's a very important case. We should be paying attention to it. Everybody should that believes in one, the Second Amendment, but greater than that, your ability to defend yourself. They are literally saying that we should not have the ability to defend ourselves. And if we're in that situation, basically, we should just give ourselves up to the mob and whatever happens, happens. That's what they're saying. So they are telling us that our lives are not as important to the lives of the mob. As long as you're politically driven, or as long as there's a reason there, that trumps your personal safety, your family's safety, your community's safety. That should be something we are all very worried about. Should be. We need new leaders to choose to play by the rules they put in place. Yeah, we need new leaders. 100% need new leaders. I just sent you money, Sontag. Well, I like money. I'll have to check that out. It's a backdoor way to gun control. Yeah, I mean this trial is so politicized, and the reason it's politicized is a lot of things. One, gun control is a big thing. The race issue. The funny thing is that this trial is being pushed as this race thing, and it's a white kid, shot and killed two white guys. There's no race aspect, but the media right off the bat, when the night it happened, had to paint this kid as a white supremacist and a nut that was just going there to shoot BLM rioters or protesters, whatever you want to call it, the rioters. And that's what they have to do. They have to push the angle of race. I mean, there's still people out there I see on Facebook and stuff thinking that this kid shot and killed two black men. I mean, that is fucked up when you think about it, that the narrative out there is such that people don't even know what's going on. And if you're not paying attention to the trial and you're getting your news from the false narrative, left-leaning liberal media, you're fucked and you don't even know it. And that's that's what we're fighting against. That's a scary thought. Our government has gone full communist. It will eventually turn to a civil war. I wonder if that's what they want. This is why I have more bullets than comics. Yeah, that's a good idea. That was a good idea. Can't argue there. Yeah, I really hope this kid gets acquitted. Doesn't have his life ruined because of this. It would be unfortunate, and it would be a bad standard and a bad precedent that we would all have to deal with. Other than Kyle Rittenhouse, the other people involved were vile pieces of shit. No tears to them. Yeah, child rapists, career criminals, some of the stuff that they've done in their life, and these people are trying to paint them out as heroes for chasing down a quote-unquote active shooter. I don't get it. It just shows you the people that we're dealing with, the lengths they'll go to win and to carry out their narrative. And a lot of the facts of the trial weren't even allowed in, because once anybody found out that they're trying to protect child rapists and career criminals, there's no way you're getting the sympathy from the jury on that. Kyle would instantly win. And so they were able to keep all that out. of the trial. Was not allowed to be brought up. You couldn't talk about it. That was really disappointing. Right, it's just as bad as the left. They all want power over a group that will submit. It's naive to think a Republican government doesn't want this. Yeah, but also there's a big difference when a Republican government is running stuff as opposed to the left. I'm an independent. I don't trust anybody, but there's a big difference. There's a big difference between the two. I'd rather have one than the other. Fuck, how do you pronounce that last name? Jack Posebiec reported that 2 jurors don't vote not guilty based on backlash. Yeah, I heard that too. And again, jury intimidation is what you're looking at. So if you're allowed to have the jury be intimidated to not give an accurate account of the evidence, that's terrorism, in my opinion. And that the legal system, the justice system, is completely dead at that point. We had our issues and our worries up to this point, but man, all you got to do is have a BLM come out and say, if this doesn't happen, we're going to riot. There's going to be blood in the streets. We're going to burn, we're going to burn this motherfucker down if we don't get what we want. And then you have people cave in. Justice is gone. And at that point, what do you do? There's some really major stakes with this trial. Like it's an important trial. It's more of an important trial than I think a lot of people are giving it. I've been invested in watching this thing from the get-go. I've watched almost every second of the trial since it started. DeSantis is for common sense. Yeah, I like DeSantis. Yeah, I do. I like Trump too. I had no issues with Trump. A lot of people didn't like his the way he talked or whatever. A lot of people with easily hurt feelings out there. But I enjoyed the money I was making when he was in office, the way the economy was growing. Didn't have too many complaints there. That's for sure. Hey, Joe Ball. What's going on, brother? Thank you, man. Good to see you. It's the biggest trial since OJ. Yep. Hands down. We're less than a year into the Democrats' administration. Trump layered the foundation for an authoritarian-led society. I don't agree with that, but teach their own. This trial is more than meets the eye. Absolutely. The head sketch is looking sick. Thank you, Jaro. What's up, Rob? My favorite comic skater, Rob Arnold. I gotta say, like, legitimately, this is one of my favorite shows. I really love that show. I love the intro. It gets stuck in my head every time I hear it. Makes me want to sing. All I have to say, though, Rob, is you need to do more talking about me. Where's my time? That's all I got to say. Talk about me more. Help me out with that. Do it. Do it now. Do. All I know is if this Rittenhouse trial goes bad, we're going to have to worry about being Australia. And Rob knows what's going on down there. Hey, Rob, I fell asleep before the Rob and Mike show last night. Yeah, how the hell do you guys stay up for that? Like I'll catch the replay and I'll watch. I'll turn the chat on so I can see what the chat's saying while I'm watching the replay. And it's like I see all you guys. I'm like, how the fuck do you guys stay up till 3 o'clock in the morning? Um, I mean, granted, I understand different time zones and stuff we all live in, but at the same time, I'm like, man, I am fast asleep by the time the Rob and Mike show start. So kudos to everybody that can stay up that late and watch it. There once was a ship that went to sea. The name of the ship was a Baliati. Yeah, that's awesome. Awesome. Joe, I literally talked about you 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I know, man, but it's not enough. I need more attention. Don't you understand that, Rob? I'm an attention whore. I need to feel loved. I don't feel loved right now by you. No, seriously, I really appreciated a couple weeks ago when you guys were talking about the ash can. Really was humbling the things you guys were saying. And I really appreciate all the shout outs and mentions I've gotten from people on the streams have talked about it. Anybody that's checked me out when I've been on a stream, and everybody that's back so far. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. I'm about ready to just wrap this up. I think it's good. I think it's good for a head sketch. I mean, for a $10 head sketch going in with the ash can, I think it's good. I think it's good. Do that again. Yeah. So if you want one, well, shit, I shouldn't say that. I don't want to be stuck with a bunch of them. If you guys really do want one, I do understand it. Believe me. Yeah. See. Soon Bancroft, as Bancroft show ends, I hit the bed. I need to get up 6 hours later. Yeah, you and me both, man. Like a lot of times I can't even finish Bancroft show unless I'm on it. Like I gotta go. Like shit, I lose track of time. I should be in bed right now, which is why I'm trying to end the stream. I'm in the same time zone as the Aussies, so they are the only stream I can catch. Yeah, I feel you on that. $10? Are you crazy? Yeah, probably. I probably am. Dude, that's $10 shit. You should have stopped a long time ago. I know. That's what I was saying, man. It's hard. Like I could have stopped. I could have stopped 40 minutes ago when this was just all outline. But then, who was it? Was it Jasper? Somebody said, finish or do the sketch the way you would want to receive it. I'm like, well, fuck. Like now you're putting the pressure on because I feel like if I'm going to do a sketch for someone, I need to do a sketch for someone. I haven't got to that point where I'm like, all right, when's enough? What's too much? So, but that's it. That is it. That's a $10 sketch right there. Going in somebody's ash can. I have 5 of these I got to do. I got 4 more I got to do. And I'm sure I will stream them all. I give you a stick figure for $10. Make your signature look less like an Asian tattoo. Yeah, I did it with a brush pen. That's probably why it looks like that. I should have done it with something else. It got kind of jarbled up there, but yeah, it was Jasper. It was Jasper's fault. I was ready to stop a little bit ago because Corey got on me. He's like that. It's like get on me about a sketch. So I like made it more of a sketch for him, and then Jasper gets on me and pushes me in the direction where I got to keep on doing it. That's my rule for packing eBay boxes. Yeah, I get you. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for backing this ash can. Tomorrow night at 9 o'clock on Ott and Stuff, we are closing out the ash can. It is only $20. If you're interested, jump in my DMs. It's through PayPal. I'm trying to get it out by Christmas. It's going to be the first 6 pages of the book, black and white, fully scripted, character sketches, bios. We're going to do a dive into the mythos of Reaper Destroyer. If you want to know what the book is about, like really what it's about, get the ash can because we're going to dive into some stuff. So anybody that gets the ash can is going to have a leg up on anybody that doesn't for the time that the campaign comes out. That's a 25 sketch for $10. Yeah, somebody's getting a deal, apparently. Looking forward to when you realize the darkness when you realize the darkness next to you, Joe. Thank you, Rob. Thank you. Anything I can do for Rob, I'll do it, because I love that dude. Makes me laugh. Release, realize. It's all the same thing, isn't it? But yeah, jump into my DMs, or if you don't do social media, joemsontag@gmail.com. We'll get it done as well. I'm ordering 10 sketches. Oh my God. Oh no. That'll be forever. You'll never get your books. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. I will see you all tomorrow at 9 o'clock at Ott and Stuff. Peace.